sayın yolcularımız.
Attention passengers.
In the unlikely event of a ditching, life vests are under your seat.
Welcome to Ready to Fly, an audio series produced by Safran. You will follow Andrea and Alex on their flight and hear them talk about the technological marvels of the aircraft. In this first episode, the two friends are off to Helsinki for the World Badminton Championships. The only problem is, Alex is scared of flying. So, this trip could be difficult.
And here we are. Hey, we are on an exit row.
Hold on. Don't they need qualified people to sit next to emergency exits?
Can you walk and pull a handle?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can you understand French and English?
Yes, of course.
Well, congratulations. You're okay to sit next to an emergency exit.
Yeah, well, I would have liked to have been asked first.
Oh, hey, don't you feel we are on vacation already?
You mean that sitting in a flying coffin is the ideal start to a vacation for you?
Come on, mate. Calm down a bit. You're over the worst now.
What do you mean?
Well, you've got through the boarding door, which is already something when you're as nervous as you are.
I'm not nervous. I'm traumatized. The last time I took the plane, I was 9 years old and the pilot was nosediving to amuse the passengers. Guess who didn't find it funny?
You.
Exactly. It's true. I was just a kid back then, but it's still one of the worst experiences of my life. And even now, I might still change my mind and get off this doomstruck bird.
With the number of the people still in the air, you never get out. Too late, mate. You're stuck here with me. For better and for worse.
For worse? Why did you say that? Have you seen something not right with the plane? Is that it? Don't hide this kind of thing from me. I swear I'm going to faint.
Yeah, I heard the captain say that he'd forgotten his sunglasses. A pilot without sunglasses is not a good sign. It could cause a disaster.
Yeah, whatever. Go on. Make fun of me. I'm not keen on this trip. It was a bad idea to start with.
Hey, come on, Alex. We're off to have a great time in Helsinki. And can I remind you that you wanted to go because you didn't want to miss the badminton world championships?
I know. What I wouldn't do for badminton. And I asked you to come to help me get over my fear of flying, remember?
Exactly. So fasten your seatbelt and settle down. When they serve the drinks, we'll have a cool beer to celebrate our trip and watch a good action movie with Jason Statham to put us in a good mood. And we'll be there in a flash.
3 hours of flight time.
What?
The flight from Paris to Helsinki takes 3 hours. It's not going to be over in a flash. Anyway, I haven't got my tablet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, did you bring any sleeping pills to sleep through it?
No, should have done that. 3 hours isn't so long. Or is it?
Oh my word! You haven't brought any sleeping pills?
Shh! Be quiet! Everyone has already seen how pale I was. I don't want to draw any more attention to myself.
But you said so yourself. 3 hours of flight time isn't so long. And we can look over our vacation plans for before the championship starts, can't we?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to concentrate when we've taken off.
But what do you think will happen to you during the flight?
Loads of things. Loss of pressure in the cabin, a bird in the engine, an electrical outage. There's danger everywhere, Andrea. Everywhere. I should have asked Clara to come with me.
Your girlfriend didn't want to come because she wanted to preserve your relationship. And I don't think you'd have been any more rational with her.
In any case, I said goodbye to her before leaving. Just in case.
Are you serious? Alex, we're not in the 60s. Airplanes are subject to such strict safety protocols that the risk of accidents is almost zero.
So why do we have to wear seatbelts or have oxygen masks above us?
Because the airplanes fly at a high altitude where the air is thinner. If ever, and I repeat, ever there is a loss of pressure in the cabin, the mask will provide us with an artificial oxygen supply to help us breathe. And even if all the passengers faint, just remember that the pilots have a different type of mask. And even if all the passengers faint, just remember that the pilots have a different type of mask, which enables them to stay in control of their capacities in all circumstances.
So why don't we have the same mask as them?
Alex, what would be the point of having a high-tech cutting-edge oxygen mask if you're just going to scream the house down at the first sign of turbulence?
Well, Okay then. What about the seatbelts though?
They're for decoration.
What?
Just joking. The belts help you stay safely in your seat if the airplane is subject to abrupt movements. Basically, they keep you in your seat and stop you from being thrown to the other end of the cabin.
And I imagine that the pilots have more advanced seatbelts too?
Well, yeah, of course. They have special harnesses so they can keep using the controls even during turbulence. However, passengers have something that the cockpit doesn't.
What would that be?
Exit slides.
Exit slides? But why should we care about those? If the airplane crashes, they're not going to help.
That's true, but if the plane has to land on water or make an emergency landing, the cabin needs to be evacuated in 90 seconds. And the slides that are hidden in the emergency doors, like the one next to us, can be deployed in just 6 seconds. And don't forget, this is the flagship of civil aviation, isn't it? The slides are made out of unbreakable, reusable synthetic nylon.
Andrea, I know you love your job as an engineer at Safran, but honestly, to hear you speak about slides in an airplane, I get the impression we should have gone to Aqualand, not Finland.
It's just that you never tried them. You can't possibly understand.
Well, if we get home safe and sound, you can invite me to your work and we'll do all the slide simulation that you want.
Deal. Given the weather forecast, I think the journey could be a bit bumpy. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I hope there are enough life rafts for everyone, because I don't fancy a swim in the Baltic Sea.
I hate you.
Oh look, it's the safety demonstration.
No thanks. My pulse is already racing at 10,000 beats a minute. I don't want to get more stressed.
Which is why you should listen instead of doing anything else. The crew will explain what to do in case of an emergency evacuation or if there is a loss of pressure in the cabin.
A loss of pressure? Hey, hold on a minute, Andrea. I feel like we're in a rocket heading to the moon, not Helsinki. Why are you talking about losing pressure?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't want to talk about luck. Nobody said we are going to lose pressure. But listen anyway. It might help you calm down.
It's not got off to a good start. Not a good start at all, Andrea.
Let's start with fastening your belt, and you'll see it's all get better after. Okay, we're off. Heading to Helsinki at the Badminton World Championships.
The journey has just begun for Andrea and Alex. And yes, 3 hours of flight time is long, especially when you're afraid of flying. In the next episode, Andrea tries to prevent Alex from fainting when the airplane takes off. This was the first episode in the Ready to Fly series, produced by Safran and Nouvelle Voix. If you want to know more about Safran, listen to the episodes of Radar, another podcast series available on all platforms, or visit www.safran-group.com.